everyone, welcome to my presentation on 21st century learning. The three components of 21st century learning that I'm going to focus on today are participation, connections, and technology. Participation means that all types of learners are able to participate through intentional instructions and supports. In our 21st century learning, it's really important that we make sure that all the needs of our students are met and know that a one-size-fits-all curriculum does not meet the needs of our students. So making sure we meet the needs of our students, such as our English language learners, students in special education, students with diverse backgrounds, gifted and talented, as well as any differences culturally, racially, or ethically. We also focus in 21st century learning on the broad range of how students can participate. So knowing that students are going to demonstrate and show their learning in different ways based on what is most meaningful to them, including showing their work verbally, written, using technology, using the arts, and working individually or with groups. The next component is connections, and really teaching should allow learners to make their own meaning in real life connections through their learning experiences, multiple perspectives, and hands-on learning experiences. We make this learning meaningful by allowing students to collaborate with each other and learn the skills of how we work with others, how we solve problems with others, how we talk with others, that will help them lifelong, as well as giving them diverse perspectives, meaning giving them opportunities to not only work with other classmates, adults, communities, members in the world, but really understanding those differing perspectives than their own to make that connection to their life outside of their own, as well as making connections through technology, knowing the resources that are given allow us to make more real life connections and really expose students to those things. I think that our EF Explore America video really explained best that the world is ever changing and we need to make sure we support students into becoming positive and contributing members of our society by saying that we need to make our classrooms as dynamic as the world around us. How I've made connections in my own classroom is through our writing and reading unit, where my students visit a local assisted living center. They not only make connections to others in the outside community, but they also have the connection to their academics in personal narrative writing, as well as learning about story elements. So they're bridging what they've learned in class and applying that outside in our community, as well as making connections. Each student is paired with a grand friend at the assisted living center, and they listen to a story from their life, and then it is their job to write that story down and then make a portrait of their grand friend and share that with our school and local community. They also are given opportunities to just interact and enjoy time with others, elderly people that they have not met before. So that's how I've made sure they've made connections outside of our classroom with not only their academics, but with others with different perspectives. The last component I have is technology. Technology really encompasses every aspect of 21st century life. So it's our job to prepare students for the everyday reality changes and challenges that are impacted by technology. I feel that LinQuest explains this by saying a 21st century learner is able to apply their skills to numerous situations and experiences, gain new competencies, build relationships, and assume new roles that are constantly adapting and learning in the fast changing world influenced by technology. So really just preparing students for the real world beyond the classroom, as well as giving them access to a range of resources and experiences and perspective that are not always able to be accessed in person. How I'm going to work to continue to improve my 21st century learning, I really want to continue to use technology in a meaningful way. So not only using my skills on how to teach and what I know how to teach, but really using technology to support all of that in a meaningful way for my students. I feel sometimes technology is just supplemental in my teaching, but I really want to make it meaningful for not only myself, but my students. And the last thing I'm going to continue to improve on is in challenging my students in real life applicable ways. In our Bransford articles, we learned about the difference between learning and understanding. And I think sometimes with the curriculums we're given, it's really easy to spit through the facts and memorization just to make sure I'm getting through the learning. But my goal is really to take a step back and make sure that I'm giving my students meaningful experiences and time to make meaning of their learning so they have a true understanding instead of just memorizing.